I fucking loved this movie. I mean, this movie is fucking incredible. But let's break this down here. Okay, the performances across the board was convincing. I mean, sufficient. I mean, I had no issue with any of the cast. I mean, I felt that what's her name, Kristen Wiig. I know that a lot of people have some hesitation to Kristen Wiig, but she was just kind of just there, you know, like she was just sufficient. Like she wasn't bad, she wasn't good, she just sort of worked. Excuse me. And Jeff Daniels was fantastic. Oh, what was his character name? Let me see if I can't find it really quick. But Jeff Daniels as Teddy Sanders, the director, the main director behind NASA, he was so convincing in his portrayal. I mean, if you like watched Dumb and Dumber 2, and then the very next day you watched The Martian, I don't know why the fuck you would do that, but if you did do that, you'd be blown away because it's like two different motherfuckers. Like, I totally bought into Jeff Daniels as this sort of really poised, just really stern, you know, motherfucker. I thought he was fantastic. I love this one scene where he's talking to the engineer, played by Benedict Wong from Sunshine, and he's telling them that, you know, they need to create this probe or the shuttle. Is one of the two, but they had to complete it, you know, in a very short amount of time. And Jeff Daniels, the way that he tells Benedict Wong that, hey, if you fail, just remember Mark dies. Like, I was just like, damn, that's right, fuck. Like, Matt Damon was incredible. I don't know if he was Oscar worthy, but he was just fantastic. I mean, in the opening to the film where he gets that, you know, that thing stuck right here in his torso and he had to rip it out, just, you totally felt like he was truly in pain, you know, that... Oh my God, he was just remarkable in this movie, particularly towards the later half of this film where he's all emaciated and he's got the beard. Oh my God, and you know, all of his crew members, I thought they were great. Jessica Chastain is really good looking, and yeah, man. I mean, I thought the performances were fine. The CGI is near seamless. I mean, oh my God, all the big shots like these here, maybe a touch of Lawrence of Arabia influence a little bit, but it just looks like Ridley Scott filmed on fucking Mars. Like, oh my God, there were just so many shots that just induce awe and wonder, and God damn it, it was so epic. Holy shit. I mean, there was this one scene where Matt Damon, he was breaking down how he was like a pirate of Mars, you know, and he was talking about how, you know, he's the only man on this planet, you know. You know, he could just run over to this mountain over here and no one's ever been there before. And that shit gave me goosebumps, you know? And just the hard science that went into this movie, which just blew my fucking mind. I mean, there's so much research I have to do, like that. His means of communicating with NASA using that hex alphabet. Yeah, that part blew my mind, because he was a botanist, and how he you know, grew the potatoes was fascinating, and also how he made water just made me feel incredibly science illiterate. Yeah, I mean, I just felt so scientifically ignorant watching this film because I was just like, man, this motherfucker just made growing potatoes on Mars. I mean, granted, it was difficult, but I mean, he just did that shit like fucking, like just a boss, you know? I was like taking mental notes, mental notes in my head, like it just. Oh my god, I just loved how much, like, real science was poured into this movie. I mean, there's definitely certain things where the science is, you know, the science is exaggerated. Like the dust storm at the beginning of the film, with great tension, by the way. I don't know how accurate that dust storm was. I could totally be wrong. I thought I heard that was an inaccuracy somewhere. But either way, you know, and how he had to like drive a far distance, and how he figured out how to keep himself warm. Just oh my god, those things just made me just nerd the fuck out. Okay, holy shit. I mean, like actual real life NASA and like real life astronauts who were watching this film must have had like a brain orgasm watching this movie. I mean, I can't stress that enough. I can't wait to do some research into the science behind this film. I think I might actually have to read the book too, or at least get the audio book, because I'm officially obsessed with Mark Watney. I mean, oh my god, he's just such a fascinating person. I mean, he was really funny. There's great humor in this movie. There's this great joke with, what's his name? Sean Bean. There was a great Lord of the Rings joke that just cracked me the fuck up. I don't think the movie is as funny as some people have made it out to be, but there's definitely comedy in the movie, and when it comes, it's great. And there's even some long stretches without Matt Damon in the film, and I personally was still fully engaged and just blown away. There was this one time where Donald Glover, Childish Gambino, he lays out in layman's terms his idea of how to save Mark Watney, and like he just articulated so fantastically. That's one thing that's great about this film, is that they definitely talk about the science like head on, but like if you really don't understand what they're saying, like simultaneously they kind of have a way of telling it to you in simplistic terms as well. But yeah, I don't know. I love this film. I think it's a 10 out of 10. I think it's a masterpiece. I mean, there's extraordinary suspense. There's great humor. There's just, like, from a plot perspective, just fucking brain candy. The CGI is just fucking, like, pristine, like seamless, near perfect, whatever you want to use, that's what it is. And this movie is fantastic in 3D. I'm very much so considering seeing it twice. And I love the ending. I mean, personally, I think the movie could have ended literally when it just says day one and you see him walking in the distance, but the ending was still great. I love Matt Damon's final speech, and I got goosebumps when I got out of the theater, and the last thing you see is the Earth, and just directed by Ridley Scott. I'm so glad that Ridley Scott has made another fantastic film, but we're already at the 10-minute mark. So what'd you think about this film? I'm sorry, I just had to gush about it. I mean, I couldn't do a edited video today because I just couldn't. I just wanted to fucking talk about it for once. But what'd you think about this film? Let me know your thoughts down below. Yeah, 10 out of 10. Loved it. Peace.